This conference will now be recorded.
So friends, this is a day 2. On day 1 demo we have taken on Saturday. This is a second day. So let's friends. So last class we have gone through that the structure, what I'm going to be delivered for you, and that explain the course content, what are the contents I'm going to be provide you, everything we have discussed. And today we're going to be talking about testing demo 2. So friends, tell me, what is a testing? Why do we do the testing? Anyone tell me, what is the testing? Why do we do the testing? Hello? Come on, friends, whether right or wrong, try to attempt this answer. Come on. What is the testing? Why do we do the testing?
Testing is a process to find out the debug any defect or any functionality or errors in any application. It helps to analyze the actual functionality of any application, whether it is behaving correctly, what is usually expecting, whether it is going in such a way or it causing any error.
Yes, correct. I start to say, to ensure that my product is defect-free product as per client expected, okay, is working or not, to check that we do the testing to ensure that my product is defect-free product only. For the checking the quality, we are doing the testing. Testing is mandated. Without testing, any product will not be released, will not be deployed into the servers. With testing only, we will check the quality of the application. Suppose you are manufacturing a car with some specifications, with some features. We are developing one car. So after developing that car, without testing, will we release that into the market? With the testing, we'll be releasing the car. Huh? Come on, friends, we have to speak out. Everyone is in a mute. You have to unmute first of all. Come on. Come on, friends, I'm asking question you only. Unmute first of all, everyone.
Can you please repeat the question? Sorry, I have not heard it properly.
Yeah. So if you manufacture a car with some specifications, you manufacture a car. Now, without testing, can we release that car, or after testing only we are releasing the car?
After testing only we will release.
Yes, because if you're not testing, how can you come to know whether your expectations are reaching or not? By testing only we'll come to know. Okay, testing is mandated. Even if you manufacture mobile, or if you develop a web application, any product, all over the sectors, testing is occupied. Without testing, no product will be released or deployed into the servers. Okay, I designed my car with some specifications. Now I want to release the car into the market. Before that, I need to conduct the testing. I designed my car as per the Indian standard roads. So my car has to be traveled as per the Indian standard roads. You know, we have various types of roads are there, right? So if I test my car in a highway road, is my testing is done? If I test my car on highway road, is my testing is done?
No, we need to test on the normal roads also to make sure that
Yes.
it is working fine.
Yes, if I test only the highway roads, it will work on that. But what about the remaining roads? Like we have various types of roads are there. As per Indian standard roads, I am saying that. So in all the road aspects, my car has to be traveled. Like village areas, we have a mud roads, and town areas, we have a cement concrete roads. In cities, we have a black tap roads, and in hill areas, we have a peak roads. right? And in the forest areas, we have a zigzag roads, like these various platform roads. We have to conduct testing to drive my car. So in all the road aspects, and in applying different gates and different loads applying, okay, different passengers are making to accommodate in the car to travel. Okay, different platform roads, different loads and different gates, and all the aspects we conduct the testing. In during this testing, if any of the functionality is not working in any of the platform, yes, we'll be raising defect, we'll be fixing it, and we'll be retesting that functionality, and we'll be continuing that testing process. This is what happens, right, friends? So because why, if I test my car only in a highway roads, only the people, the top end people, city level people only will purchase my car. If that is not traveling on a village or town roads, my business will not grow to across the people. So as for Indian standard roads, my car has to be traveling all the platform roads. So I need to test the car in traveling in all the platform roads in different gates and different road systems. Once my car is tested 100% is success after fixing up all the defects, then my car is ready to release into the market. Then I can attract the customers to purchase my cars. Yes, the similar way come to the web applications. If you have developed the web application with some specifications, are we going to be deploy that software into the production server directly without testing? Huh? No, right?
No, no.
We do testing on web application before making availability that built to the end customers. So suppose take Amazon.com is there. So as end customers, we are using that. Before using that, the Amazon team has developed some features into their local environments like dev environments and test environments, and they will be doing them some development in dev environments. In test environments, testing team will be doing the testing, friends. Okay, so after completion of testing only, then they will be deploying the code into the production server. That's how we are accessing with the web URL https://www.amazon.com or .in. So friends, once we develop some specifications in your web applications, before you deploy into the production server, we need to conduct the testing in a testing environments. Friends, now testing the one single test case in a Windows platform with Chrome browser is my job is done, is my testing is over. Testing the single test case in a Windows with Chrome browser, is my testing is over?
No, we need to go for multiple browsers and multiple versions.
Yes, how we tested the single car in various platform routes to ensure the car is defect-free product. Similar way, we have to conduct the single test case in a various platform OS and various browsers, because I was targeting the customers to attract my business. So end customers can open your business in multiple platforms and multiple browsers. Somewhere persons can open your business in Windows with Chrome. Someone can open Windows with Safari. Someone can open Windows with the Firefox. Someone can open Mac with the Safari, Mac with the Chrome, like this various combinations. People can open your business. If I develop and test only in one platform and one browser, if it is working fine, what about other browsers and platforms? We can't assurance that, right? So we have to conduct testing, one test case in various platforms and various browsers to ensure that my product is defect-free product. If it is working in one platform, not working in another, means you may lose the customer, you may lose the business. So ensure that even web applications, before deploying into the production servers, you need to conduct testing on various platforms and various browsers to ensure that product is defect-free. Then only you deploy that defect-free code into the production environment, test environment to production environment. Understanding or not? Friends, let me know that here we'll talk technology as a production, non-production. So let me talk about that. Production, non-production servers. So production means, see, non-production means, friends, first of all, if we have any requirement, if you have any requirement. So what we do first, who will be interacting, friends? Business team will be interacting to develop the business flow, right, friends? So for them, are they going to be develop the specifications in the production server? What, friends? If any requirements comes, are they interacting with the production server to develop the new features, new specifications? No, because production server is meant to do the business, not for developing, not for testing purpose. So in that case, internally company peoples are maintaining some non-production servers for developers and for testers, not to impact the flow. So internally, company people will be maintaining some non-production servers for development team as separate like this, dev1, something like this. For testers, separate will be there. Okay, for UAT separate like this, stage for performance. Okay, like this, for internal companies are maintaining separate servers, that's called as a non-production servers. Okay, and okay, fine. So first, the development team will be interacting to develop that requirements or specifications. So if earlier, if any code is there in production, that I will take the updated code from the production server. If it is available, if it is newly from the scratch or developing means, no need to deploy the code from production to dev server. If it is newly developing means only you develop from here. Already existing, you are doing some hot fixes. You are doing some enhancements to the existing project. Then existing project code is available in production, that will be deployed into the dev1 server, and then development team will start developing activity for the new specifications in dev1 server. Getting, friends? The URLs will be like this, friends. For production, suppose you are working for Amazon, https www.amazon.com. This is the website will be for production to navigate. Suppose we want to interact with dev1 servers, we'll be having like this, www.dev1.amazon.in. For testers to interact, the URL will be like this, www.test1. There will be one separate server. With that server, we are connecting this Amazon. That's it. For UAT, have like this, www.UAT. For stage, performance, like this. Internally, separate servers that maintain that. Once the development activity starts, if existing project you are doing some enhancements, take the updated source code from the production server, deploy into the dev1 server. There dev will be interacting doing the development activities in a dev1 server. So testers will have separate servers. When development activity is completed, that will be deployed into the testers environment, where testers will be involving to conduct the regression testings on what the specifications, newly specifications on existing functionalities, everything. The testers will be involving and doing the testing on this environment. User acceptance testing, stage, perf. Okay, after doing the performance, lastly we'll do the stage, which means it came to certain stage. After staging is done, so then we'll be deploying this code back to the production server. This is what cycle happens. Nowhere it is going to be impact. First we check the development will be developing. After that, testers will be checking the functional quality in doing the regression testing. Then after that, performance team is doing the performance tuning, whether load times, test, endurance testing, everything they are conducting performance tuning of the application. After that, then it deploy into the stage environment. In stage environment, we will be doing some smoke executions. So smoke, let me discuss that. First of all, development activity will be starting. Suppose we have some specifications. That specifications will be break down into various sprints. So where we follow the agile methodology, So parallel development, parallel testing will be happening that. Okay. So in that case, what the specifications are there, they will break down into multiple features, multiple sprints. Each feature has divided as a multiple sprinter. Suppose a sprint 1, like a sprint 2, like a sprint 3, like the sprint 4, etc., etc. Like this, they break down the functional specifications into multiple sprints. Okay, no? Each sprint age can be depend on the specification, age will be calculated. Might this sprint can be take 5 days to complete. Might this sprint can take 1 day to complete. Understanding? Might this sprint can take 10 days to complete. Might this can take 20 days to complete this sprint. Understanding? The sprint age will be calculated based upon the functional specification. So each sprint is assigned to respective team. Okay, each sprint is responsible to separate teams. So at the end of the day, every sprint code has to be integrated, and it has to be and they have in the development environment, they will be conducting the unit testing after integrating every sprints. After that, all this dev1 sprints codes will be deployed into the test1 environment, making available to the testers. What testers will be doing here? Testers will be conducting the regression testing over here. So here, how many cycles of regression testings they will be doing these friends? Here 2 to 3 cycles of regressions they will be doing that. Why means parallel development, parallel testing will be happen. So whichever the sprint is done earlier, that sprint code will be deployed to the test1 environment. So on that sprint, the testers will be start developing their automation scripts, and they are trying to execute that. So that's why with one cycle, we no guarantee that my build will be the stable build, because parallel development, parallel testing happens, right? That's why we conduct testing 2 to 3 cycles of regressions. Okay, now by the time of 2 or 3, it can be 100% all requirements will be deployed to the test1 server, where testers can complete 100% testing. Okay, so that's why in testing environment, testers will be involving to conduct the regression testing 2 to 3 cycles of regressions. Okay, now yes, and after that, performance tuning will be performing that performance, how the application performance is happening. After that, it came to certain stage. Here that code is deployed to the from test1 to perf. After this completion, it will deploy to the stage. Here the testing team will be involving to conduct the smoke testing. So here before deploying into the production server, treating as a stage as a pre-production server. So here we conducting testing as a smoke testing. Here suppose in regressions, suppose we having 100 features are there, 100 test cases, we have to conduct the regression testings. Out of these 100 test cases, very high level scenarios I will identify among these 100 scenarios. Okay, if that high level scenarios are not working properly, dependent to that remaining test cases will not work. Such a kind of high level scenarios I was identifying among these 100 regression test cases. As that test cases I was making as a smoke testing. Out of these 100, I identified 20 as a high level scenarios. If that scenarios not works, remaining 80 will not work. That kind of high level scenarios I identified, and I was conducting smoke testing on a stage environment. Okay, now so then after that, this code is going to be deployed into the production server. The stage code is going to be deployed to the production server. In production server, at lastly we will check the quality in conducting the smoke execution, whether all got functionality, high level scenarios got perfectly working or not. The same smoke testing we conduct on a production at end of the stage. When we do the smoke testing means as a starting I said, I never do any development activities, any testing activities I never do on production, but only one testing we do, that is a smoke testing. That too, when we do this means I never impact the business, because end customers 24/7 I was giving service. But if I impact the business means customer will disturb. That's why I will do the smoke testing in a 0 business hours. As everyone know, in the midnights like this, late nights, I will be doing the business. Even you also can get some messages like your respective banks. Sorry for regret. So sorry for inconvenience. Your bank will not work for ATM will not works for so and so time to so and so time because some updates were going on. Sorry for inconvenience. In meanwhile, please use that mobile networks, mobile apps like this. It's saying that message, which means they are doing some maintenance. The similar way, which means some new enhancements we have developed, we have tested, that we have deployed into the production server. So whether in production server everything is reflected perfectly or not, how to validate this? While conducting the smoke executions, high level scenarios on production server, that too in a 0 business hours, then we will conclude that yes, my production server is live. So any person, any customers can interact with the production server to access this Amazon website with the old features and newly implemented features. Is everyone clear? Friends, is everyone clear? Hello? Hello? Friends, can you hear me?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, so first of all, we have to conduct testing. Everyone know that. Okay, fine. We do testing. We do testing. We do testing in manual, and also we do testing in automation. Both the ways we do the testing, but nowadays people are talking about automation for testing. Why? Why automation? Why not manual? Any reason? Why automation? Why not manual? Come on. Why we have to go with automation? Why not manual? Nowadays everyone is talking about automation, automation, automation. Why automation? Why not manual?
Manual is a time-taking process.
1 second, let me write points to points. Okay, so that can be resolved in automation, right?
Yeah. By writing scripts and codes, we can.
Less time execution. Okay, less time execution when coming to automation. Okay. And what is the advantage of coming to automation? Another point.
Maybe because it's the same task.
For regressions. Regressions means what? Testing the same test case again and again. Friends, I said one test case I developed means I need to conduct testing on a various platforms and various browsers, which means one test case is executing in Windows with all the browsers, Mac with all the browsers, Linux with all the browsers to ensure that my product is defect-free product. A repeated test case we are executing again and again, again and again, right? We can eliminate that kind of repeated task executions, right, friends? Yes. Regressions, okay. Avoiding repeated executions by using avoiding repeated executions, use regression testings, which means regressions, okay, through automation. Okay, fine. Next, what? Come on, friends. Less manpower, right? Yes, friends. Less manpower. Yes or no? What next? we can expect accurate results when coming to the automation. Yes or no? Get accurate results. Friends, can you please respond, please? Why people are mute, I don't know. When I ask them the questions. Come on, friends. First of all, unmute it. Why you all unmute, I don't know.
What about the DevOps? Applies here?
Sorry?
About DevOps, I don't know if it applies here. The integration with testing.
CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment.
See. Yeah, we will automating process with using DevOps tools. That's a secondary. Okay. So okay, and less time executions it takes when coming to the automation. See here, and avoiding the repeated test executions while going with automation. See, one-time effort we are keeping, and we are executing the same test case again and again without your intervention. But where manual testing is, every test case steps your involvement should be there. For every regressions, your involvement will be there in manual testing. Where in automation we are avoiding that. Less manpower. So once you instruct one-time effort, not require any manpower, right? Yes. Repeatedly we can run that. We can get accuracy results. Accuracy results means what? As you instructed the script automation, so it will be executing. If any actual expected is not equal, it gives as a fail as a report. If both are equal, means gives as a pass. Accurately we can expect the results. Where manually means we cannot expect, because we are human beings, we are not robots. Definitely we'll do the mistakes. That too, we are doing the repeated tasks again and again we are executing that, where somehow you may lose your conscience. In that way we can, by your negligence, some of the valid defects you may lose. So we cannot expect the accuracy results when we are conducting manual, but where in automation we can expect accuracy results, exact results as you instructed. According to that, my scripts are going to give pass means pass, fail means fail. So these are the advantages of coming for automation compared to the manual. Friends, here nowadays everything is a maintenance projects. Every project is a maintenance project. So the maintenance can happen frequently, like daily or weekly or monthly or quarterly, whatever that term. So the maintenance is happening regularly. Whenever maintenance happens on a bill, we have to conduct the testing or not? What, friends? We need to conduct testing or not? Yes. For every change, for every hotfix, we have to conduct the regression testing before you deploy into the production server. Without testing, nothing will be happening. So suppose we have only 1 week of time, we have to conduct the testing. We have 100 test cases. Think we have 100 test cases for our project. So I want to execute these 100 test cases in all the platforms, in all the browsers. Think suppose one day one person can execute 25 test cases. Tell me how many days he will take to complete these 100 test cases? One day 25 means how many days he will take to complete 100 test cases to execute?
4 days.
4 days. He will take 4 days to complete for Chrome browser, Windows with Chrome. Now another 4 days for Windows with Firefox, another 4 days for Windows with Safari, like this. How many days is increasing or not? But I have only 1 week of time. Can we do it in manually? Yes, we can do, but including more resources, purchasing the more systems, purchasing the license, recruiting the resources to work on it, network administration team, power bill, everything is consumption. Everything is high risk there, right? Yes, that's why to eliminate all these things, what we are doing, we are coming for automation. So in automation, what we do, all 100 test cases, we will automate in one go. initially we'll take initiation to develop all the converting all manual test cases to automation scripts. The same automation scripts you are running for repeatedly on different systems parallelly. We can execute that. So one-time effort developing all 100 test cases. The same 100 test cases we are parallelly executing on multiple systems parallelly. One-time effort you develop, simple to execute in multiple systems with only one resource, not require any more resources. That to every parallelly where you're executing in cloud systems. There is no such maintenance. Cloud will take care of all those things. They are providing one environment, system, browsers, all those things. Using that, will be executing parallelly. Okay now? So where we can avoid all those such things. So when we come to the automation with shortcut, you say when we get the regressions, when there is a regressions, for regressions we have to conduct repeatedly. Instead of going for manual, we come for the automation. What are the benefits coming for automation is it takes less time in executions and avoiding the repeated executions in manually, where we can through automation we can go with that. And less manpower, not required that much manpower going with automation, and to get the accuracy results. Where automation we can trust further, because as you instructed is going to be you pass means pass, fail means fails, if A equal or not equal. But manually we cannot trust it. We cannot get accuracy results, but we cannot trust the humans, but we can trust the missions. Okay, now that's what these are the advantages where we come to the automation besides manual. So 100% we can automate everything, friends. Okay now, because of this we are coming for automation. Okay. So friends, for to do automation, we have so many automation tools are there. Can you please tell me anyone? One is QTP, or now we call as a UFT, is one of the automation tool. Selenium is one of the automation tool. Tosca is one of the scriptless tool. Like RPA is one of the, like this, etc. We have so many automation tools are there in the market, friends. We have so many varieties of automation tools are there in the market. But which is having most competition in the market means earlier automation tool means people used to talk as a QTP or UFT as a automation tool earlier days. But nowadays automation tool means most of the people are asking about Selenium as a automation tool. Of course, some small tools are there. These are some of scriptless tools, some are scripted tools. Will be used some Tosca will be using by top end MNC companies like TCS, Infosys, like this. Big MNC companies are using because they're highly licensed software. But all companies will not afford for this. This is a scriptless tool. Okay, now? So 25 to 30% companies are using QTP or UFT as an automation tool, and 70% companies are using, 65 to 70% are using the Selenium as an automation tool. So earlier days QTP is in the lead. Nowadays, since from 2008 to current year, Selenium is in the leading. So many automation tools comes into existence. Even Selenium is no tool is beatable to the Selenium. Why only the Selenium? Why not the QTP or UFT? Let's see some differences among these two. Okay, let's see some differences among these two. Yeah, friends. First of all, the QTP, it was started with a name called Mercury, and it was maintained by, organized by the Mercury Corporation. And soon after some years, the Mercury has sold out his Mercury product to the HP, Hewlett Packard, and they have changed the tool name from Mercury to the QTP. And since 6 years ago, the HP has sold out, 6 years back, HP has sold out his QTP to the Micro Focus organization, and they have changed the name from QTP to the UFT. Now currently the Mercury or QTP, what we are talking, that now it is called as a UFT. Okay, now let's see here. So first of all, the QTP or UFT is a commercial software. It's a software. Software means it contains .exe, right? So QTP is a commercial software that can be seat license software or concrete license software. Seat license means single user license. Concrete means a multi-user license. So generally corporate companies are using the concrete license because more people works for automation, right? Yes. Standalone system, if you home handle you want licensed one, means we can better go with only one license as a seat license. Anyhow, these is QDP or UFT is a licensed software. We have to purchase it before we use that QDP or UFT. That is a software. Where come to the Selenium, it is an open source, free to use and free of charge. Friends, to work with the Selenium, nothing to purchase anything. Just it's a free, and also source code for the Selenium also is available. We can download it. And it is not a software, friends. It's an API jar file. But QDP is a software, I said, right? Software means it is an exe file. Where Selenium is not an exe file, it is not a software, it's an API jar file. Even like emergency technology like Hadoop also, it's not a software, it's an API jar file. This Hadoop and Selenium are being developed using the Java language. So Selenium and Hadoop like this, etc., some more are got developed using the Java language. If any projects are developed using Java, that will be converted into the API jar files. Understanding, friends? Likewise, my Selenium libraries got developed using by Java language and they have converted into the API jar file. What is a jar? What is a jar? Jar is a kind of zip file. Friends, in Windows system, if you have very huge files, transferring from one location to other location, if it is a huge files, it will be quite difficult to transfer from one location to other location. In that way, what we do, friends, we compress into the zip file. The similar way, all developed Java programs will be converted into the jar files. Like how Windows folders are converted into the zip file, all Java programs are converted into the jar files. Understand, friends? Jar is a kind of zip file. So my Selenium and Hadoop or API jar files, those are not softwares. If you want to work with the Selenium, how do we work with? It is not installable file. How can we make use that Selenium API jar file to build our Selenium automation scripts? Means the prerequisite for to work with Selenium is a Java, because the Selenium is developed using Java technology. First you download the Java, install the Java in your computer, then download that Selenium API jar file and configure to your project, and we can use Selenium libraries to build your Selenium automation scripts. Understood, friends? Is everyone clear? Selenium is not a software, it's an API jar file. Okay? It was being developed using Java language. That's why the Selenium is an API jar file. It's a free of cost and source code also is available. But whereas QDP, it is a commercial software, we have to purchase it. It's an exe file, it is an API jar file. Now, come to the second point. QDP, it can run tests in various browsers. So we have to, once we develop your automation scripts, that needs to run in various browsers, right, friends? Chrome, like this browsers, IE like this. But in QDP, it's supposed to run in IE and Chrome browsers dedicatedly once you purchase QDP license. And whereas some browsers, we have to purchase the add-ons. There's a paid one. Remaining browsers, we have to purchase the add-ons. And coming to the Selenium, it can run tests across different browsers with free of cost. Just by downloading the browser drivers, Chrome driver exe, Firefox driver exe files we download, we configure it, and we'll be running in any browser with free of cost. Friends, think suppose in your computer, without having audio drivers, audio will be playing? No. Without having video drivers, video will be playing? No. Similar way, in working with Selenium, if you want to run your test cases in any of the browsers, Chrome or Firefox, we require the browser drivers. That Chrome driver exe, Firefox driver exe, these drivers I can download with free of cost. I can configure it and I can execute in any of the browsers with free of cost. But where in QDP, dedicatedly only these two browsers it supports to execute, but rest browsers I need to purchase the add-ons. Understood? Next, third point. It can be used in Windows and Unix platforms. So my QDP can install Windows and Unix platforms, where some other Solaris and the Linux can be installed. And where my Selenium can support for all the OS like Windows, Mac, and Linux. Why my Selenium is supporting means because my Selenium was being developed using the Java language. What is the Java? Java is a platform independent programming language. Okay, which means my Java can install in any of the platform like Windows, Mac, and Linux. If I develop my Java programs in Windows platform, if I want to run the Java programs, Windows is providing its own compiler. Windows having its own compiler. Using the Windows compiler, my Java programs are running. Even if I develop any Java programs in Mac platform, Mac is having its own compiler to run the Java programs which are developed in a Mac. Like this, Linux also same. But in Java, developing the Java programs in one platform can execute in another platform without any compiler dependencies. Okay, na? My Java is a platform independent programming language, means there is no platform dependency. Right in one platform, execute in another platform without any dependency. That's why my Java is a platform independent programming language. So write in one platform, execute in another platform for Java. A similar way, Selenium also will be supporting, because my Selenium has been developed using the Java language. What are the features available for Java? What are the features available for the Java? The same features are applicable to Selenium as well. That's why my Selenium supports in all the platforms. So I can write Selenium programs in Windows platform, and I can run and I can execute in itself Windows, or I can run in a Mac or Linux without any compiler dependency. So my Selenium supports all the platforms with your request. Okay, now let's come to the fourth point. Once we are automating means we must use some languages. So in using QDP, what are the language bindings we are using means we are using VB scripting and Java scripting. By using any of these language bindings, we can develop our QDP scripts. Okay, na? Where if we want to automate Selenium, we must use some language bindings which are supported programming language are Java, C#, Ruby, and Python, etc., etc. Some other language bindings also supported. As I shown you in a demo one, the official website for Selenium is the selenium.dev. Here, if I click on a downloads link here in this website, download link here in the website, here we can see my Selenium client WebDriver language bindings in the dashboard. Which languages are supported? Ruby, Java, Python, C#, JavaScript. These are the language bindings supported. Corely, these are supported. Here, my language bindings for other languages also exist apart from this. These are the core ones that are supported for the main projects hosted in a Git. These are the main language bindings supported. Apart from that, other languages also exist. See, if I click on this, here I can see here language bindings which are other supported. Go programming language, which is Google proposed languaging. Haskell, Perl, PHP, R language, Dart. These many programming languages also supported to build the Selenium automation scripts, but these are the core one. Understanding? By using any of these language bindings, I can automate my Selenium automation scripts. Next, coming to the fifth point. And QDP is a not class platform because 100% is not cross, but Selenium is a 100% cross platform because it supports all the platforms right in one, execute in another. And come to sixth point, my QDP can execute in parallel, but using QC ALM, which are again paid softwares. Friends, once you develop your automation scripts, the same scripts you are supposed to execute repeatedly, we can run it sequentially and we can run it parallelly. Sequentially means one after other, one after completion, other will be executed. That's called as a sequential execution, where it takes more time to complete the executions. Where parallel executions at a once, it will start parallelly in multiple systems. That's which saves the time. So my QDP will support parallel execution, where I can complete my execution within a time, less time I can complete it. But how can we do the parallel executions in QDP? Means here we have to use some management tools like QC, Quality Center, and ALM management tools. By using these management tools only, these are again paid softwares. With using this paid QC and ALM management tools, we can implement the parallel executions. Where parallel executions, which saves time for execution, within a short span, the executions will be completed parallelly at once. But to happen this, we have to use some management tools which are paid softwares. Where the same parallel executions we can happen in Selenium with free of cost. Yes, it supports serial parallel executions by TestNG and grid concept, where grid is a Selenium in Selenium one of the component. Grid is one of the component in Selenium with this and TestNG framework. TestNG is a Java defined framework. With combination with the TestNG and grid concept, it's a free. We'll be using that to implement the serial and parallel executions with free of cost. Even TestNG also is a jar file, friends. Who has developed this TestNG? Java only. If it is jar means that is developed using the Java only. It's a free. Any jar files are free. Even Hadoop is a jar free. Selenium is a jar free. TestNG is a jar. It's a free. Anything is jar means it's a free only. Okay. With using this TestNG jar file and grid component, with these two combinations, we are going to be implement parallel executions with free of cost. Advantage or not? Yes. Last, 7th point. It supports for web and Windows application. Friends, my QDP or UFT is going to be automate the web and Windows applications. It's going to be automate the web and Windows applications. Web means the applications which are opened by the browsers are called web applications. Window-based application means window desktop, standalone applications. That itself in the system only, that software is installed. In that system only we can use. That kind of applications are called as a window desktop applications. So my QDP will automate the web applications and window desktop applications. But my Selenium is purely automates the web applications only. It will not automate any Windows applications. It only automates web applications only. If any other Windows applications you want to automate means my Selenium is not, but some other open source software tools are there to automate the window desktop applications like Auto IT, Sukuli, Robotics, like these various open source tools are there which can automate the Windows element. But my Selenium purely automates the web applications only. Understanding, friends? Let's last point. Test scripts can be developed only by QTP editors. Once you purchase QTP software, itself is providing the QTP editor. In that QTP editor only, we are developing your QTP automation scripts by using either of these language bindings. Where come to the Selenium, test scripts can be developed in various IDEs, integrated development environments. So everything separately we download and we make use, friends, because Selenium is an open source, right? If you want to develop your Selenium automation scripts, we use either of these IDEs, integrated development environments like Eclipse, Visual Studio, NetBeans, or IntelliJ. Either of these IDE we can download it. We can use either of these language bindings, and we can develop the Selenium automation scripts in any of these IDEs. As simple to say why we prefer as a Selenium as an automation tool means one is a free and open source, no cost, but with Selenium we have to purchase a license and have a large user base helping communities. Friends, generally helping communities will be available for the paid softwares, not for the freewares. Even Selenium is being as a free, it's having large user base helping communities. Let me show you. If you open the selenium.dev as the official website as a Selenium, there we can find the support link is there. If you click on it, here we can see getting help. If you find any problem using Selenium, there are several places where you can search for help and where volunteers like you and me will spend their time trying to help you to save your time. Understanding? Here you can see user groups are the official user groups, chat rooms, something are there. Understood, friends? Even being as open source, large user base helping community is there for Selenium. And cross-browser compatibility, cross-browser testing is possible, and cross-platform, Windows, Linux, and Mac cross-platform testing is possible in Selenium, and multiple programming language supported also, right? Java, C#, Ruby, Python, Go programming, Haskell, PHP, Perl, like this, many programming languages support. Being as a free as Selenium, it is providing many features. Day by day, it's growing because of lot many vendors are, you and me are trying to grow the Selenium day by day in implementing new libraries. Understanding, friends? Is everyone clear? By seeing this, what we can prefer? Selenium is the best one. This is providing lot many with free of cost. And so many programming languages are supported. Nowadays, Python we are using, R language using, Java using, C# using, every language we are using, right, friends? Just we must aware of the programming language and we can write your web code easily. That's what clearly saying when I was opening this selenium.dev, Selenium automates browsers. That's it. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. The power is nothing but the language bindings. Whichever language binding you prefer, you must be sounds good in that language binding to build your Selenium automation scripts. Is everyone clear? Friends, is everyone clear? That's it for today, friends. Tomorrow we'll meet the same timing. Tomorrow we'll be start installing that Java and Eclipse in your computers, and I will explain that how to create a Java project, how to create a package with the standards, how to create a classes interface with the standards. We'll see in the tomorrow session. Any doubts here, friends? Any doubts here? Okay.
No.
If you have any queries, now we are good to stop for today, friends. We'll meet tomorrow, same timing, the same link. Okay. Yep. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.